Hello everyone. I wanted to review how to start the word processing documents in the beginning keyboarding course. Starting in lesson 21 through 24 actually, there's going to be some practice work that you're going to be opening up some Word documents, doing some practice work. All of this will be covered in the small manual that you have. Once you get to lesson 25, this is the first opportunity where you have to actually score a document, and these are the types of documents that I need you to get to 100% accuracy. They will show up on your reports under keystroking, so there should not be any errors by the time that you submit your report for me. Just to give you a heads up though quickly on how to get started with these, you will find the document processing work is in the large textbook. It's at the end of each lesson. We're going to show, or the demonstration today is going to be on correspondence 25-1. It's found at the end of lesson 25 in your large textbook. When you open this up, this is what your screen is going to look like. You will see that you have an option to start from scratch. That will be the only option that you have when you get started. After you have completed the document and saved it and scored it, then you will have the opportunity to edit your work. So you do not have to rekey a document when you have errors. So I'm going to get started here by clicking on Start from Scratch. It will automatically open up Microsoft Word for me. Keep in mind when you are using GDP, it automatically changes the default Word settings that are discussed on page 2 of the small manual. Once Word opens up, you will have to click on the Enable Editing. Just for sake of time, I have already keyed this document, and now I am ready to save it and score it. If I go here and I'm going to go to, I always use File and Save As. And then I'm going to find the location where I want to save it. And then I am going to name mine. I keep the names of my documents very simple. I usually just use the numbers. For example, this one I would just use 25-1. There is not a repeat. You will not have another 25-1. So it's just an easy way to keep them straight. Normally, GDP will give you a default save name to save. I usually don't use theirs because every time you save, they want to give you a new document. I prefer not to do that. I just replace mine. So if I do 25-1, I have saved it. You will see at the top of your screen that now it is called 25-1. So I'm ready to go ahead and close Word. It brings me right back to this screen. So I'm now ready to click into the upload and save a file. If I click here, now I need to go find my document, which I have it under Documents, and then I have it under, I have a lot of stuff on my keyboard, on my desktop, and there it is. Okay, so I'm ready now to submit it. And it will tell me that it has found 2 errors. So keep in mind the color coding system on what the errors mean. Blue is that it's an insertion error, that something has been put in incorrectly. Green is an omission error, a word is missing, maybe a piece of punctuation is missing, an enter is missing. And then the red is just a simple misstroke, that something has been miskeyed. So on this particular one, I have a blue error here. So we'll keep that in mind and we'll go back and look at it and see what that error is. As I scroll through, I'm looking for any other errors. Let's see. Right there, the word wish is in green, so that means I have omitted it. So I have those 2 errors to go and fix. Keep in mind, there are occasions when an error will appear on your document and GDP will not catch it. That's what I use for the assessments. The assessments, I'm going to be expecting you to use your reference manual in the front of either textbook, to make sure that you're formatting correctly. Sometimes GDP won't catch something, but more than likely I will. So keep that in mind. I'm going to click OK, and now I'm ready to go edit my document. It's going to open it right back up to me for me. And I'm going to make those quick corrections. You'll see that I have an extra enter at the top. I'm just going to get rid of that. And you see where I need to put in wish. And one other error that is on this, but it did not show up as an error, that I have used an indent before Edward, which is not part of the formatting. So I'm going to take that indent off. Even though it didn't show up as an error, if I'm going to look at it, I may see that. And for sure in the assessments, that is where the error point deduction is large. It's 10 points for every error. So make sure that you are proofing your work and not just relying on GDP to find everything. So once I have those errors corrected, I also notice I have an extra enter at the end that's not required. I'm ready to file and save as and save it again. And I'm going to name it the same thing, and yes, I will replace it. So I'm now ready to close, and I am going to upload it again under Upload It. And now I'm ready to submit. And I now have 0 errors, and I'm ready to move on.